Beets really are so rewarding to grow. They're not hard, and that's what I love about them. You can plant them in the soil, make sure you water consistently, and then harvest all these delicious beets. They really are one of my favorite vegetables, and when people tell me they don't like beets, I just want to tell them, grow your own, make something fresh with them, and you will love them. They're a great root crop to grow in the early spring, harvest midsummer, and then grow them again in the fall. Let's talk about what kind of soil you want when growing beets. You want soil where the nitrogen is not too high, so a lower nitrogen content, because that will cause the beets to be smaller, and it'll also cause the forked roots on the beet. So here in the raised bed, we prepped our soil. We add compost every year to top off our raised beds, and as you can see, the beets love it. And for soil temperature, you want to start your beets in soil that is about 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So for us, we can plant in the spring, even in the early part of the spring, and then we can let them go to the middle of summer, and then we'll harvest. And you could also plant them again in the fall. You just want to make sure you do it at least 7 weeks before your average first frost date. Some people struggle with germinating beets, and that might be because their soil is a little bit dry, and the beet seeds are actually a cluster of seeds all stuck together. And where we are located here in Zone B in Missouri, our soil is actually pretty wet, especially in the spring. We tend to get a lot of rainfall for 2 months in the spring, and so I find that our soil has plenty of moisture. But if you've ever struggled with your germination on your beets, a great tip is to pre-soak them in water for just 24 hours before you go to plant them. For beets, I recommend to just direct sow them out into the soil if you have a long enough growing season. You could start them in a grow station and transplant the seedlings out when they're pretty small, but we've actually tried that, and we didn't find that the beets had as much success as just direct sowing. So after you plant your beet seeds, you should have the seedlings popping up in 5 to 15 days. So in 50 to 70 days, or around 2 months, you are going to have beets to harvest like we have in our raised bed here. We are in the 3rd week in June. We planted these around the 1st of May, and here it is the last week in June, and they are ready to harvest. So the ideal beet is going to be 2 to 4 inches, and that is for flavor. Once they get a lot bigger and it gets hot outside, they'll tend to be a little bit more woody. So this is a great size to harvest. You can also eat the greens off the beets. If you love Swiss chard, they have a similar flavor. You just want to leave enough leaves that the beet will be able to grow, so you can harvest the roots and eat the greens. We like to mix a few beet greens in our salads. It's really yummy that way, and the color is always fun too. One common problem with beets is they will split, and that is from inconsistent watering. It'll get really dry, and then they'll get water, and they can split. So you want to keep them nice and evenly moist as they are growing, and that will really help you have some nice, pretty beets like these right here. We've actually had a really wet spring, so ours have had a ton of water. They did not have a chance to dry out at all, and I haven't seen any yet that have any splits on them. The nice thing about beets is when they get to be this size, they really do shade out any weeds. But early on, when your seedlings are about this tall, you want to make sure that you weed out any potential weeds that will be competing with the roots of your beets. And I love to grow the beets in a raised bed because that really does cut down on any weeding that we need to do. We'll just go through after they're coming up and do some thinning so that we have adequate space. So 1 to 2 to 3 inches apart, so they have plenty of room. And you can even see a few spots where I didn't thin out enough, and then like these are kind of close together. So see these little ones that are too close? So that's not ideal, but the ones on each side, which had plenty of room, look more like this. So this is lack of thinning, and then this is a nice sized beet that had plenty of room. Here's an important hack for thinning. When your beets are nice and small, instead of going in and pulling them out, which will disrupt the beets that are next to it that are staying intact. You want the soil right on those roots, and we don't want to disturb that. So one method that I think is the best is you can just go in and actually snip off the tops of the beets so that they have no leaves growing anymore, and then just leave the foliage on the beets that you want to remain, but don't disturb any of the roots. So now that I've harvested these beets, I'm gonna give them a quick rinse out here in the garden. That way they won't be quite as dirty when I take them into the kitchen. I don't need to bring all the garden soil into the house. Aren't those so beautiful? Cannot wait to eat these. I'm gonna just go ahead and twist the top off like this so that they can store longer in the refrigerator, and that way I'm not cutting into the beet yet until I'm ready to cook with it, so it won't make a mess. Beets are such a quick harvest. You can grow them in the spring and in the fall if you have a decently long growing season. I love them so much. They're one of my favorite vegetables. And we would love to hear from you what you love about beets or what you make with them, and if you've had any questions or concerns or problems with growing beets, we would love to hear about those so that we can help you out with that. So be sure to subscribe and follow along, and we will continue to share fabulous gardening tips.